y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to talk about a show that I haven't really talked about that much, but I mean with the latest episode I said of course I gotta make a video because I gotta give my like little 2 cents, my reactions, everything about it. So yes, we are going to be talking about Powerbook II Ghost season 2 episode 8. Okay, so if you keep up with the Powerbook universe and you watch all of like the different spin-offs and stuff like that, and you've been watching since like season 1 of Power, the original Power, then you know that episode 8 is usually when they hit you with some fast moving stuff. It's a lot of pieces to the puzzle, a lot of bodies getting dropped, a lot of secrets being revealed and that type of stuff. You know, that's when usually the stuff hits the fan, is episode 8. So a lot of fans of the show, we have been building up anticipation, had a lot of questions that needed some answers, and some things that we was trying to figure out how certain things were going to pan out. So yeah, we were all anticipating episode 8, and it delivered in my opinion. Yes, it really did. And then it had me like scratching my head a little bit too, you know, had a lot of it had some moments. Okay, so let's just start off with, you know, little bad Tariq is still in the middle of his trial. You know, he's on trial for being a cop killer, and the professor's death. Well, we know that he didn't kill the cop, but he definitely killed Professor Jabari Reynolds. He did that. Okay, and I'm gonna just put it out there. I know some of y'all ain't gonna like it, but I hate Tariq's little guts. I be rooting against this little dude. I've been rooting against him since like his father was alive. I just feel like he's like a little entitled little prick. You ain't even gotta be out here, you know, selling drugs and stuff like that. You know, you can just go to your little private school, get your little education, and, you know, let it be that. But no, you know, he wants to, you know, be a part of the game and stuff. During the trial, his attorney Davis, he finds out that there is a witness that's going to be testifying against Tariq, and he's like, you know, I ain't hear nothing about no witness or whatever, you know, there's a tape, I need to listen to the tape and stuff like that. So I'm like, Lord, Tariq about to find out that Lauren got something to do with it. The prosecutor didn't want Tariq to know about, you know, who was going to be testifying against him because, you know, didn't want Lauren's life to be in danger. I never thought that Lauren's life would be in danger. I know there were some predictions that something may happen to Lauren. I didn't really think that anything would happen to her, because she's not really about that life, and I don't even think she really wanted to be included in anything. Of course she didn't want to be included in an investigation. She minds her business for the most part. She don't even be tracking down Tariq, trying to figure out what he be doing, who he be dipping and dabbing in, you know what I'm saying? Professor Carey, she's the one that done got her wrapped up into this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it's just so terrible how she peer pressured that girl into testifying and wearing that wire. Now I know y'all was rooting for Carrie to go down and stuff like that, but I happen to, you know, be partial to Carrie. You know, she has a problem. She has a sex problem. She definitely needs to, you know, be making sure she go into her therapy sessions and stuff like that. But other than that, you know, with Tariq finally listened to the recording after Davis, you know, left it there for his disposal, you know, because he was like, I ain't about to mess up my career, play this for you, like this could get me disbarred, you know, I'm about to leave the room right quick. I said, yeah, that's something that, you know, Ghost and his attorney, they would have did back in the day. That was like a Ghost move. But yeah, when Tariq got mad that he ended up at Lauren's place with Professor Carey, when she found out, she went to go check on Lauren and he was up in there, I said, oh, this little monster. I was like, what he done did to Lauren? Oh my goodness. And Professor Carey, she was scared, you know. She's like, you know, she knows that Tariq had something to do with Jabari going down and stuff. But I think it was very smart for Tariq to, you know, pressure the professor to get on the stand, because Mavis, he slaughtered that girl. She got up there and he started going up there. He just ripped her credibility all to shreds, but she was trying to testify that Tariq knew what was going to be in Jabari's book beforehand, and that gave him motive to kill Jabari. And Mavis proved that she was a liar and who she done slept with, including himself. I said, oh my God, he laid it all out there. She was just sweating bullets. But I mean, hey, you couldn't you couldn't feel bad for her because Monet warned her episodes ago that she needed to mind her business and get up out of, you know, that situation. But no, she just had to be meddling. She just couldn't stick to her teaching job. She think that she's still in the courtroom, want to be a part of the case. Davis, little money hungry tail, which you can't do nothing but respect it because the man is about his coin, which, you know, I get it too. You know, forget if the person is guilty or not. I'm doing my job. I don't need to know the specifics. I don't need to know the facts. All I know is that the money need to be in my account. So I feel him, you know, going to Tyreek like, yo, you need to have my money and increasing the amount too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So in my mind, I'm like, how in the world is Tyreek gonna get this money together after Mecca done cut them off and he ain't supplying Monet and Kane the product? These fools all get together to come up with this plan, and I'm like, what they finna do? We find out they using GTG to rob Mecca at the Mecca's hangar to get his supply. It was like the Avengers came together or whatever. They got, you know, Braden, they got Epi and everything, they got Drew, he got his little piece, Diana, she over there, you know, distracted, and got Lorenzo distracted, Monet got her little part. You know, Avengers assemble, everybody come up with this plan, which I feel like was very, I think they're gonna pay for the repercussions of everything that they have done in this episode. Quite frankly, like, Mecca is not nobody that you just, you know, mess with like that you take stuff from. And then Kane up here, I was praying for Kane the whole episode because I'm like, Kane, why is you know, up here coming up with this plan? You know firsthand what Mecca is capable of. You know more than everybody else, you know what I'm saying? And then you right here beside Mecca, so Mecca gonna touch you before he touch anybody else. So I'm up here praying for Kane the whole time. Like, Kane, what is you doing? I was so happy to see Lil Guap finally die because he was getting on my nerves and he should have died like episodes ago. And I was glad that it ended up with Drew actually having to use his bare hands and strangle the life up out of him. You know, it took a lot of strength, and even though, you know, he's queer and everything, don't get it twisted, he's still fierce, he's still gangster, he will still lay you out when it's time. So Drew, kudos to you. But yeah, Mecca, he was on Mecca had an attitude this episode. I said, boy, you acting like that because Monet won't return your calls and she done cut you off, and you that whipped and that bothered that you know, that distracted and that irritable. I ain't like how he was talking to Chef now, because Chef like his right hand man. He get attitudes, get snappy with him, telling him do this, do that, da da da. And I'm like, boy, don't calm down. Like, that was very mean and uncalled for. And yeah, when Drew got up in Mecca's apartment, because, you know, we saw the preview, so we knew that Drew was gonna end up in somebody's apartment, you know, trying to do something. I said, oh, he in Mecca crib, boy, is you crazy? And Chef came back. I just knew that was the end for Drew. I was telling my husband, we were sitting there watching together, I said, oh, Drew about to die. But, you know, he texted Kane came through with the distraction and everything so he could slide out of there. I said yes, you know. So we know that even though Kane has went against the family in a little sneaky way and everything, at the end of the day, he's going to definitely put his family first and make sure that, you know, they safe and they take care of it. He gonna have their back, which is good. Even though him and Drew have had their differences, he had his little brother back, so I was very proud of him. Now Mecca, I'm pretty sure, I'm 1000% sure that Mecca knows who betrayed him. And when he killed the chef in front of Kane and he was telling Kane that, you know, that was the weasel, that was the one who set him up or whatever, like, he was just doing that, you know, just to flex on Kane for a minute, you know, to bring some fear into him. But Kane's so stupid, I don't even think he got afraid, you know. That didn't even bother him. He think he really got away with it. But I think, you know, in these next couple episodes, it's gonna come back to bite him in the butt. Who knows? Mecca may even like hold Kane hostage or something, especially once he finds out that not only did they take his product, they ran up in his penthouse, raided him, and took that ring that he had from Monet. And we already know that this episode he was, you know, in his feelings about Monet and stuff, and when he found out that ring gone, oh, it's And then little Diana, she been getting on my nerves ever since she went against Monet. Which, you know, I get it. She had attitude with her mama. You know, Monet ain't the most, you know, motherly person. She, you know, be talking to her kids all rough and stuff. And it's just because she's like tunnel vision. She don't have no motherly instinct and stuff. And so, of course, Diana being daddy's little girl, she done helped get him out of prison and everything. And she over here being nosy, trying to see what her mama up to and everything. Done freaking found a baby picture of Zeke, called around and put 2 and 2 together and figured out that Monet is freaking Zeke's child. Now when she dropped that bomb at the family dinner, I was like, oh my gosh. And like, I've been on social media, so I've been seeing everybody in their reactions and everything, and it's been hilarious. But I'm telling you, some stuff be going down at the freaking dinner table. Like the movie Soul Food, the movie Almost Christmas, I could just go. It's even a Medea movie where like some truth bombs was dropped. Why did I get married? I mean, if you see some black people sitting at a dinner table, be ready to sip some tea. Because some stuff is about to go down. But yeah, she done dropped the bomb. She pulling everybody's car. She like, you know, Kane done sugared the coke. And then Kane's like, yeah, well, Drew didn't kill Everett like he was supposed to. And then they just going back and forth. And like, oh, Diana sleeping with Tyreek. Diana won't where she was supposed to be. She like, I'm not the only one effing somebody I ain't supposed to. Yeah, mama sleeping with Dante. You know, Dante is Zeke's father. Dante sitting at the table. He just trying to enjoy his chili and his cornbread that Diana done made. You know, Kane over there complaining because it ain't got no meat in it. But you know, Zeke, he over there trying to, you know, enjoy it. He's like, hold up, you know, that ain't my dad, right, auntie? And Diana's like, that's not your auntie, that's your mother. That's your mother. I'm like, oh my God. And Monet's like, you little bee. I said, oh, Kane try to pull her back. And Zeke's all confused. Everybody confused once Monet did that. I mean, once Diana dropped the ball, everybody confused. Then Diana, she pulls out the birth certificate, dropped it down like she playing freaking spades or something. I'm like, what the world? Then Zeke's looking at her like, this is the wrong year. It's not my birth certificate. She's like, Zeke, you're not 19. You're 23. What? So they be lying to this man about his age. I ain't talking 1 year or 2 years. You know, they can get away with it, like embellishing your age by like 2 years. 4 years? You mean to how is that possible? So he's in kindergarten and stuff, and he's way taller, way bigger than everybody. You lied to this little boy about his age his whole life. How does that work? I just like it. Then Kane's like, okay, so I'm not your oldest son, Zeke is your oldest. And then I'm wondering, like, was that the plan the whole time with the writers of Power? Did they always plan on dropping this bomb that Zeke's not really the age that we thought he was and he's really older? Or did they see that, you know, the fans were going on like the little pages that had the character breakdowns, and they saw Kane's age and they was putting it together, and it was like, hold up, well, how do the children fall in line? How would Zeke be Monet's kid? And then they just threw the age out there, you know what I'm saying? Because for age, that's a big difference, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm just interested in seeing how this all play out, because it's crazy. And then Lorenzo kicks Monet out. She trying to contact Zeke, because, you know, deep down inside, I know she really do love Zeke, and she may have had her reasons. Hopefully we figure out what those reasons were. I don't know if when she met Lorenzo, she had to be a virgin in order to get with him, and so she lied about having a kid. I don't know. That's just my assumption. I don't know, you know. Hopefully we'll find out why she lied, you know, and started pretending like she was auntie, and while her family went along with it, you know what I'm saying, while her sister pretending like that was her kid. But yeah, so you know what, some of y'all fans, y'all got what y'all wanted. Y'all sure did, you know. I know a lot of y'all was calling for Carrie's death, you know, saying Carrie earned her death. And yeah, you know, I thought that she was gonna skate past. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, you know, my girl, she gonna make it, you know, but she ain't make it. Monet shows up to her crib like, you know, is Zeke here? And you know, she's telling Carrie like, you know, I lost my family today because I lied. And then, you know, it's like they having a bonding moment, and Carrie's like, you know, my whole life blew up today, you know, because of my lies and stuff like that. And then Monet's like, you know, Zeke, he, you know, he ain't gonna come back to me, you know, because of you, you know, you're gonna be standing in the way. Zeke come to talk to Carrie because, you know, that's his confidant and everything. He find this woman dangling, hanging. I'm like, dang, like she done offed herself. But we know Monet did it. I just wonder how she did it. I just wish that they would have showed us how they did it. Maybe they will show us a little snippet, because I didn't know Monet was a whole assassin, you know, because that was like the perfect kill, you know, take somebody out without, you know, it looking like a murder. It's gonna look like she did it to herself. Like, how genius is that? You know, how she hang up like that? But yeah, this episode I had to go back and I had to watch it a couple times because I was just like, oh my god, I could not believe it. But yes, it definitely lived up to the anticipation and everything that had built up around it. So yeah, you guys, let me know what y'all think and how y'all feel about this whole Zeke being a whole 4 years older than what he actually was. Like, come on, that's crazy, right? Well, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If so, don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you'll be able to be notified every time I make an upload. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.